We pulling?
Hey, I'm Zax, and here's our guide to Ulgrax the Devourer, the first boss in Nerub-ar Palace. This guide is brought to you by Wowhead and their brand new raid cheat sheets, which we'll tell you more about right after the boss. Also, big thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Hope you'll enjoy all the Patreon exclusive content we've got coming out this tier, like extended heroic guides and more. Alright, so Ulgrax is this big angry lobster. He has two alternating phases with a bunch of AoE in phase 2, and you want to bloodlust on pull. Phase 1 is pretty straightforward. When the boss casts Brutal Crush, it does big physical damage and leaves a huge healing reduction on the target, so the tanks need to taunt swap right after every cast. When the boss puts these swirlies on the ground everywhere, dodge them and then stay out of the webs they leave behind because they damage and root you. And when these green circles go around a few players, they need to spread out from each other and stand beside a bunch of the webs on the ground, because the circles remove any webs that they're touching when they expire. Ideally, you clear sort of a runway behind the boss for the big mechanic of the phase that happens right after, which is this big swirly on a random player. The swirly does split damage, and then the boss pulls everyone in it toward him, one-shotting anyone that gets too close to him. And the strength of the pull gets reduced for each person you add to the swirly. So everyone needs to help soak it while the targeted player moves a little bit away from the boss, and then everyone has to run away until the pulling is over. Warlock gateways can be real nice for this. When the boss runs out of energy, he does a big jump to the middle of the room that knocks everyone back, so try to avoid getting knocked off the platform or into any leftover webs. And then the boss disappears and starts phase 2. This phase is a little weirder. You have to dodge these charges the boss is doing across the room, which you can see coming based on these swirly orb things flying through the air. And while you're dodging those, you also have to tank and kill a bunch of these little ads that spawn around the room. They don't do much, but they do put a bleed on the tank that stacks up, so tanks might need to keep an eye on that and maybe get a bleed dispel like Cauterizing Flame from an evoker. When the little ads die, they drop these little food nuggets on the ground, which everyone needs to pick up, and then take over to the boss when he comes back, and then press their extra action button to feed the boss and give him energy, because he's immune to damage in this phase, and getting him to full energy makes him start phase 1 again, not immune. The boss also casts more and more raid-wide damage the longer he's in phase 2, so that's even more reason to feed him quickly. But once you're back to phase 1, it's rinse and repeat, and that's pretty much it. For our recaps this tier, we're excited to introduce the new Wowhead cheat sheets, a quick and easy way to get all of the key info for every boss in Nerub-ar Palace, including concise strategies, key assignments, and any pro tips you might need. So check out the cheat sheet link in the description. Thanks again to our supporters on Patreon. We've got a ton of Patreon exclusive content coming this tier, like extended heroic guides, mythic guides, and a bunch more. So check out that link below. See you next time.